Hey guys, welcome back to Not Quite Homesteading, ESK Garden channel. Today we are about to head into a deep freeze. So I'm out here early morning preparing the rest of my garden so that we can try to protect the plants as best as possible. I already removed all of the patio bags and put them in the garage. So I'm just going to work on the raised beds this morning. I'm going to harvest anything that I think will not survive, just like around like lettuce and stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover up the beds with some like sheets and tarps that we have here. Unfortunately, I was not able to get like the frost protection covers in time, and it seems like nothing would have shipped before basically close to the new year. So we're going to use what we have to try to make the best of it and pray for a good outcome. We are supposed to get down to about, I think, 15 degrees tonight, which is completely way out of range for our climate. But, you know, the U.S. we're experiencing this cold front, and here, even on the southern coast, you know, we're getting very northern temperatures. So I'm going to take you guys out with me really quickly so I can do a quick harvest and show you how I'm going to try to protect the raised beds. So it was at this moment that the wind blew my camera over and really nipped this desire to show you guys all of this in the bud. I had to pick up the camera. I damaged my ring light as well as the part that holds the camera. So that was basically the end of this recording. It is like super windy, and the wind knocked my tripod over. It broke one of my tripod lights and the holder for the camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this, and I'll show you guys what I harvested and then what I did with the actual garden after. All right guys, so this is what I was able to harvest. I have some celery here, which we'll talk about my celery in another video, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Largely my fault because I overplanted way too many plants together. So I just decided to go ahead and cut some out. They've been there for a while. It will still taste like celery. They're just not fully grown stalks. They smell like celery. It smells really delicious. So I went ahead and cut some of that out. I have like several I have several plants that are in there as well that can continue growing. I just wanted to take some out in the event that like I lose some stuff. I have the arugula here. I have some butter lettuce, which, you know, I kind of did the same thing. And like I said in one of, actually I talk about this in my, kind of like one of my intro videos, where it's like, I just, as a new gardener, overly excited, overplanted stuff way too close together. And of course did not get the best sizable harvest that I could have, but you know, you live and you learn. I know better for next time. This is some winter density romaine. I only took out a few of these because this particular lettuce is winter hardy. So I want to see how they do up against these like cold temperatures, and who knows, maybe it'll spur the growth of the plant. I did pull quite a bit of kale. I left very little, just enough for it to photosynthesize like on the plants. And I have two types of kale under there. So that's pretty much everything that I pulled out. I will show you guys once I finish putting up all the coverings, like what the raised beds look like. Fortunately, we had some moving cloths that we had enough of to cover both beds. So I did one by myself. I'm waiting for my husband so that we can do the other one, just to make life easier for me and on my back. So we're gonna do that, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like. Like I said, I put all the patio bags in the garage, and those things are protected. The only thing I'm really concerned about over the next 4 days or so is my plants not having any sun for that duration and what they're gonna look like because of that when we take the stuff off. I'm expecting things to be like a little wilty, you know, to say the least. And I hope that, you know, as the temperatures go back up, you know, they'll be able to revive themselves. But we've had pretty much rain like every day for the last like 3 or 4 days, so I'm hoping that they'll be fine on water where it was enough to keep them hydrated but not enough to like freeze out the plant. So I didn't get to show you guys yesterday, but ultimately this is what I ended up doing to cover up like the garden beds. I had some like extra flat sheets that I was able to find to cover partially, and then I had some moving cloths that we had left over, looking fairly decent condition. Some of them were actually new, so that worked out really well. And I just kind of covered them over and clamped them. Now this one had separated just a tad, so I can't really see what's going on in there, but the plants look like they're okay. And this was like exposed last night, but I'm just pulling it over so that we can make sure that we're covered, because it's gonna go back into the teens again. Our highest temperature over the next few days is gonna be 32 degrees. So that's basically what we did to the beds. Looks okay. My inside patio can't say the same. And that's all I virtually did. I will share an update on how the garden fared. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.